I had a mental breakdown at work. Good morning. It is Sunday, September 29th, around noon. I just dropped the camera. $500 camera, and I dropped it with the top screen flipped up. My freaking hair was in my face, and I was trying to set the camera down, and I dropped it, and it fell with the screen open. And so now it is kind of bent, and that's just perfect. We're off to a fantastic start of this brand new reading vlog. Where we left off in the last reading vlog, I was reading Clockwork Princess. I have not read any more. I'm still on page 312. By the time you watch this video, my spooky TBR for October will be uploaded, so feel free to take a look at that. Help a girl out. I had my first Japanese lesson yesterday. It was wonderful. She's a very good teacher. She gave me some homework. I have some new kanji to memorize. There's 58 of them. I have to remember 58 new kanji in a week. I have to practice reading these little passages and answering the multiple choice questions, because that is what the test I'm taking, the JLPT, it's mainly going to consist of. It's all multiple choice. I don't have to write the kanji, which is good, but I may have to read it, and Japanese is funky. Sometimes there's an extra U, or it's freaking difficult. Today is just going to be a cleaning day around the house, and I will try to read a little bit more of this. I don't want to finish it because I don't want it to be over. Hello, it is about 7:40 on Monday the 30th. I have to leave in like 4 minutes. I did not do any reading yesterday. I just studied Japanese, and this is all bent because I went for a walk to try and get my steps in. I went for like a 40-minute walk, and I was studying my new Japanese grammar and kanji. I have 2 books I'm reading right now. Clockwork Princess, where is it? It's around here somewhere. And Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert. I've been listening to it on audiobook. It's very short. It's like 5 hours. I am not going to finish either of those before the month is over, so that's unfortunate, but what can you do? Today I have full classes, so I will be busy all day, but tomorrow is October 1st, and so I can start reading some new books, and I'm unsure as to whether I'm going to start Nevernight, Obsidio, or The Devouring Grey first. What should I do? Hello, it is Monday around 4:40. I just got home from work. I am so incredibly angry. I have lived in this apartment for 3 years, and I just got a notice on my door saying that I need to pay some fees. I have paid these fees every year, so it's not a big shock or anything, but the envelope that is supposed to have my name written on it says foreigner, woman. I've lived here 3 years. This is the kind of bullshit that foreigners have to deal with living in Japan. The way he wrote foreigner, gaijin, like gaikokujin means a person who is from another country, but when you say gaijin like this, it's like an insult, like a foreigner. I know that guy's name. I know his name. He's only lived here 2 years, but I know his name. He's like in charge of collecting our money. And it's just so freaking rude. I think it's a good idea for everyone to experience living in another country, because stuff like this, when it happens, I guess you could call it like a microaggression. It does give me perspective when I think of how my country treats Black people, Asian people, LGBT people, Hispanic people. You know, it gives me a very small sense of understanding like what they're going through. It does really make you realize like the kind of microaggressions and sometimes even just blatant racism, you know, especially towards Black people in America. And America is their country. So like, I'm not from here. And so if I don't like it, I can just leave. Obviously, what I experience is like 1% of what the average Black person experiences in America, what the average trans person experiences in America. So yeah, I'm mad. But, you know, people from America who do experience discrimination and racism on a regular basis, they're like, that's nothing. And they're right, you know, it is nothing. It's just one guy, you know, calling me a name, but it was a crappy thing to come home to. I mean, the majority of Japanese people don't think like that. You know, they're glad that I came here. I'm just whining. It's not that big a deal, but so like I said, I can't update you on my reading because I haven't been reading. I've been studying Japanese like a maniac, but I think now I need to read a little bit. That's it for today. This is such a weird angle. The camera is on top of Pumpkin's cage. That's why I'm trying not to talk too loud. Yeah, I don't usually film in my bedroom because the hedgehogs are here and I don't get really good natural light in this room. Yeah, I'm not doing so great, you know. My mental health is pretty poor right now. My depression manifests itself as anger. Instead of being like sad and listless, I'm so angry and irritable and just mean. It's one of the things that I truly hate about myself because I feel like I'm a defected human being. I'm making people's lives worse by existing. If I were in America, trust me, I would be undergoing some heavy therapy. Today I went to the mental clinic and I go there once a month, but she is not really a counselor, the doctor. She just gives me medication that's supposed to calm me down. And I told her, like, I'm so mean, I'm so irritable and angry. I don't want to be like this anymore. She knows about my misophonia, but she doesn't really understand it. Not a lot of people, you know, understand it. Sometimes I get so angry. I'm not joking you, like my vision literally blurs or like my eyes cross. Like I can't, I know where the term "so mad you can't see straight" comes from because it comes over me like this haze. It's weird. I'm like not okay. It's scary. I mean, my bedroom is cute, right? We can just delight on that fact. And I did buy some stuff, retail therapy. Not a lot of stuff, but I guess I could show you that. Okay, you can see Pumpkin's cage and Latte's cage. You know, I had to go into the city today, but I stopped by this honey shop. It's called Sugi Bee Garden, and they make flavored honeys. And so I got blueberry flavored honey. This drizzled over vanilla ice cream is the most delicious thing on the planet. So today I took the train into the city instead of the bus, but I did manage to get some reading done, and I am on page 403 of Clockwork Princess. I went to the city, went to the station. There's a Starbucks there, so I sat. I had another pumpkin scone because 'tis the season, and I read a little bit of my book. I bought the honey from a shop at the station, and then I went to a stationery store called Tokyu Hands, which is quite famous here in Japan. So the first thing I got is this dotted black page notebook, which is so cool, and it was quite cheap, just a couple dollars. And then I got these, oh Jesus, so I got a pack of these pens that supposedly can write on black paper. I think I've seen people use these pens in stationery hauls. Come on, camera. There you go. Okay. Yesterday, I discovered this YouTuber. Her name is Amanda Rach Lee, and she does bullet journaling. Phenomenal. And she has like 1.6 million subscribers. Well deserved. Her videos are amazing, and she may or may not have inspired this haul. A lot of booktubers do bullet journaling. So like Books with Chloe has her own bullet journaling channel. Brittany the Bibliophile does bullet journaling on her channel. I think Cody's Book Corner does bullet journaling. Book Roast. A lot of people, and they are so talented, and I cannot draw for shit. I also got this brush tipped pen. Oh, come on, camera, it's not that hard. There you go. I want to use this for practicing writing kanji, or Japanese characters. I got a new folder with my favorite character. His name is Kiiroitori, which means yellow bird. I have a little... He's so cute. He's a lemon farmer. If you've heard of Rilakkuma, Kiiroitori is part of the Rilakkuma. This is $1. And I am keeping my Japanese notes in here. I got a new notebook, and this was also $1. Has little squares for practicing writing kanji. My Japanese teacher in college used to just rip me a new asshole every time I turned in homework, because she was just like, your kanjis are so ugly. So you can see some of my characters there. They're really bad. These are my notebooks, which one of them has YouTube stuff in it, YouTube planning, booktube planning. This has Japanese stuff in it. The last thing I want to show you is really cool. These are very popular with students. So you have this green sheet and this pink marker. Usually they come in red, but I was like, I want to get pink because I'm special. You highlight. So like, for example, I'm trying to learn these kanji and what these characters mean, but it's got the English written next to it. And so if I cover it with the green paper, you cannot see the English, so I can test myself. $2, I think, for the pen and the sheet. But yeah, it's about time for me to get the hedgehogs out and feed them and have my bonding time. So I will check in with you guys in tomorrow. Probably gonna be a very boring, depressing vlog. Hello, it is October 2nd, Wednesday. Yeah, I had a mental breakdown at work today, not even 5 minutes after I walked in the door. It's funny because my friend on Twitter, one of my friends from back home, she tweeted, oh, I've already cried 3 times today and it's only 12:30. And I was like, I tweeted her back and I said, I feel a crying jag building, and I'm not sure when it's gonna come, but it is coming. I tweeted that before I left my house for work. Then I got to work, and then it happened. I am glad it happened because I feel like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders. I was feeling like, you know, just hating myself and hating my misophonia and feeling like there was no hope. And, you know, that thing happened with the note that the guy left for me. I just felt like everything was building. You know, my health has been not great. I was in the hospital. Just been feeling like crap every day. I have family stuff going on. I got to work. We were scheduled to have a meeting about the note that the guy left for me. And then I arrived at work and one of the teachers turned to me and he was like, oh, by the way, Jennifer, we can't use the AC from now on. Because in Japan, it doesn't matter what the temperature is. If it's fall, they turn the air conditioner off. And so today it was like 90 degrees. The humidity was incredibly high, in the 80% or 90%. And I was just like, I'm so done. So I sat down, he told me that. I literally grabbed my bag and I was about to just get up and walk out the door. But then my supervisor walked in And I think she saw the look on my face and she was like, "Are you okay?" And then the floodgates opened. It's been almost 2 years since I've been back to America. It's been 22 months since I've seen my friends, my family. I can't go home. The first factor is money. The second factor is my hedgehogs. I can't leave my hedgehogs. They require special care, and it's not like I can have someone just come in and change their food and water. Their cages have to be completely cleaned every single day. They keep a schedule. They have to keep a consistent temperature at all times, and it's a very narrow range, so I can't leave them. I'm glad I had the mental breakdown because I feel a lot better. The slur that the guy wrote to me, it truly showed me my white privilege, I guess. I am a woman of considerable years, and I've never received a slur before. I mean, I've been called like a bitch and stuff, but not saying they're wrong. I've been mistreated due to the fact that I'm a woman, but I've never been mistreated due to my race or my appearance because I'm a freaking white girl from California, and I've never experienced a moment of racism in my life. I mean, there are some people that experience racism every single day. You know, I could say, oh yeah, someone called me, you know, a slur, and a person of color or a trans person or a disabled person could be like, oh yeah, well, you just described last Tuesday for me. Like, I live such a privileged life, you know, and me getting so indignant over, it's not even like that bad of a slur, gaijin. It means like outsider or foreign, you know, foreigner, but it's a pretty rude way to say it. To call me gaijin onna is like equivalent to him saying that foreign chick. In the grand scheme of things, you know, it's nothing. It's nothing, and his opinion doesn't matter. I'm in a foreign country. I have to take what they dish out. Like, I chose to come here. If the worst thing that happens to me is some idiot, you know, calls me a gaijin, like, that's the worst thing that happened to me in Japan, like, get a grip, dude. Me filming myself and putting it out there on YouTube has, at the very least, made me aware of my faults and what I want to change about myself. I have everything I could ever need. I have a roof over my head. I have food in my house. I have clothes on my back. I have a good job. I have parents who love me. I'm living my dream, something that I dreamed about for years and years and years, and I'm wasting it by just being so negative and grumpy and pitying myself all the time. I mean, it's true. I have depression. I have mental illness. And I would never say what I'm saying to myself. I would never say that to someone with mental illness. I would say your feelings are valid. You deserve to feel upset. You deserve to feel like, why me? So I will be looking into cognitive behavioral therapy for my anger, for my misophonia, for my negativity. And probably at present, the only way I'm going to be able to do that is with books. But guess what? I happen to love books. Some actual bookish content. I am almost done with Clockwork Princess, and I'm like dragging it out. I don't want to finish it. I'm on page 511 of 569. I love this book so much. Two things that are just saving my freaking life right now. This book and Amanda Rach Lee's YouTube channel. I just find her videos so calming. I need to stop talking now. I will update you when I have some reading news, I guess. Hello to you. It is Thursday, October 3rd, around 4:30. I just got home from work. Believe it or not, I'm actually going to talk about book-related things in this clip. The biggest news is that I finished Clockwork Princess last night. I definitely cried. Very, very bittersweet. I loved every single thing about this series from start to finish. It was just so good, and I'm happy to say that thanks to the Infernal Devices, and especially these gorgeous editions, that I'm going to give the Mortal Instruments another go, and I'm going to go into them with an open mind, because Cassandra Clare's writing, compared to the first book she wrote, City of Bones, I mean, it's just incredible how much she's improved. This was, all 3 of the Infernal Devices were beautifully written. Like, I don't think I have one bad thing to say about this series. In other news, I have started reading Nevernight. I started it today. I'm on page 46. I want to try and read. God, this bookmark is falling apart. It's not what I expected. The writing is a bit hard to follow at times. Like with the Illuminae Files series, there's just so many names that they use for things. Like, they've assigned things certain names and they use that kind of jargon, and you're like, what are you talking about? One of the examples, he said, like, her face was as white as winter's deep, and just stuff like that that reads like a high fantasy, I guess. They were talking about the Nevernight, and I was like, what the is the Nevernight? I mean, they do explain it, but another thing this book is famous for is footnotes at the bottom. A ton of footnotes. Some people complain that they distract from the story. Another piece of wonderful news is my friend Scott, who is an absolute legend, he used to live next door to me. Now he lives back home in the UK. So he knows I love me a special edition book, a Goldsboro edition, a Waterstones edition. I asked him to buy 2 new releases for me, and he did, and he is just so awesome. So grateful that I have like a dealer, like a book dealer in Europe, and you know, if there were special editions in America, I could probably get my mom to go to Barnes & Noble for me. So yeah, he's gonna, once he sends them to me and tells me what the postage is and everything, then I'm gonna send him money. You know, I didn't just say, hey, buy me these books, you know. Yesterday, I was waiting on an order of things related to bullet journaling, so I decided to bite the bullet and buy kind of a nicer bullet journal. It arrived yesterday. It is so tiny. Would you look? Like, this is my hand. Like, what am I supposed to do with this? Clearly, I did not understand the size listing. What is this? A journal for ants? Oh my gosh. Went down to my mailbox because I'm expecting a book. This is not the book I ordered. Unless Amazon got my order wrong, I'm pretty sure this is from Scott. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, Scott's edition. Okay, not only is it absolutely hysterical because his name is Scott. He is part Scottish. Just let me read this for you, okay? Harry Potter does nae ken the first thing about Hogwarts. Oh my god. On Harry's 11th birthday, a muckle giant with tossy hair called Rubius Hagrid brings into his life with some astounding news. Harry Potter is a warlock and he has a place at Hogwarts School of Carleen Craft and Warlockery. This is the best present I've ever received. Dumbledore. Dumby Dykes. Ron had already had a muckle rammy with Dean Thomas, what shared the dormitory about fit bah. Students out of bed. Students out of bed, Pinge Yellyhood. Students out of bed down the cherub's corridor. Give him 5 nuts, said Hagrid sleepily. Nuts, the wee bronzens. Delighted, Mr. Potter. Just canna tell ye, Diggle's the name. I seen ye afore, said Harry. Daedalus Diggle's lum hat fell off his head in his excitement. excitement. Like I'm not, I mean I am putting on a Scottish accent, but like this is how it's written, you guys. Like, what does that say? At the top. Bless me, Nicky. What? Bless me, Nicky Tams, whispered the old barman. Harry Potter, wit and honor. This is the best present I've ever received in my entire life. I'm gonna read this book and it's gonna be the best reading experience of my entire life. I'm going to sit down and properly read this book. 10 out of 10. Best present I've ever gotten. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. Scott's edition. I'm just saying, you should buy it. It is Friday, October 4th, around 5 p.m. This is gonna be just a very quick check-in, and then I'm going to end the vlog because it's already so long. I was editing it today, and I like to keep my vlogs around 20 minutes, and I think this one is gonna be around 30 minutes. What page am I on for Nevernight? Page 68. I really gotta be honest with you guys. I'm not digging this. I will explain more in the next video. My poor bookmark. And I do need to read more of it to like form a proper opinion. Yeah, I'm sorry, J. Kristoff, I'm sorry. Basically spent all day just studying Japanese because I'm meeting with my teacher tomorrow. And whew, stressful. I've been listening to Big Magic and I haven't really been talking about it because I'm not sure what to think of it yet. I am a huge fan of Liz Gilbert, but there is some stuff in the book that I'm like, really? I apologize. This vlog was just me talking to the camera, complaining to the camera. Not very interesting. Although the Harry Potter book was interesting. You gotta admit that. That was funny. And that's gonna do it for the vlog. So I hope I didn't scare you away with my mental breakdown. Thank you so much for watching. And I will see you guys in my next vlog.